brain all week, trying to arrive at a reason for you to pay attention to the speech he's about to give. It's not going to make you wiser. It's not going to make the teenagers in your life laugh at your jokes. It's not going to make you more attractive. It's not going to make you more intriguing to members of the opposite sex, but it just might make it easier for you to turn a mistake into an advantage. Live and learn. Arnold Kunst. Arnold Kunst, live and learn.
Live and learn. That's the very stuff of life itself, isn't it? You start out by screwing it up and then you get it right. Well, I want you to know that I did it once, although the living and the learning, in this case, were exactly 10 years apart. Come back to it with me, shall you? It's to a speech contest. 2 days after my 16th birthday, May 22nd, 1957. The winner of the contest was a representative of the junior class, and he gave a stirring rendition of William Jennings Bryan's Cross of Gold speech at the 1896 Democratic National Convention. I came in second, representing the sophomores, with Lincoln's second inaugural. During the interval, I had volunteered to play the piano, and the piece I chose was Beethoven's Piano Sonata Opus 24, number 2 in C sharp minor, subtitled The Moonlight. You may know it. It's a beautiful thing, lilting and haunting, like the lapping waves on a lake, inducing a Zen-like sense of tranquility that would take you straight to heaven itself. It was exactly the wrong piece to play on that occasion. Now, some of you have been to speech contests, and you know you don't just let the guy rattle on saying whatever he's going to say, and you're just sitting there like a bump in a lump. No, it's full of subtleties. You're paying attention to gossamer wing subtleties, vocal variety, eye contact, pauses, gestures, how the speaker owns the real estate of that stage area. During the intermission, you want to just kick back, chat to your friends, make it to the popcorn table, potty break, whatever. The idea of even penetrating heaven itself, too much like work. Fast forward 10 years. It is May 22nd, 1967. I am in the United States Army as an enlisted man, and a few months before, I had picked up a side hustle playing the piano at the Officers Club of the 97th General Hospital. Also in Frankfurt, on the outskirts, I was stationed downtown. It was there to provide medical service for all the American military and civilian personnel in the area. And trust me, in 1967, there were lots of those. The occasion that night was the going away party for the bird colonel in charge of physical therapy, who was transferring back to Fort Bliss. Now, I had played for this group before, and just about every one of them was there that wasn't on duty, along with their significant others. There were maybe 85 people in this big room. And having played for them before, I knew that for them, the phrase "hearty, hearty" represented mother's milk. At about 1:45 that morning, I got something like an order. It came from the commanding officer of this large unit. His signature line read, Simon or Matthew S. Williams, comma, Briggen, comma, USA. Translation, Matthew S. Williams, Brigadier General, United States Army. I had experience dealing with him because a few weeks before then, he had hired me to play for his daughter's wedding and reception. And I knew him to be not just a part-time thoracic surgeon, but also a full-time fuss budget administrator. You know fuss budgets. That's the way they say little things. The thing that he called out at that hour was, let's do the bunny hop. You know the bunny hop. It's you grab the hips of the person in front of you and form this long line of people behind you, and you do boom, 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 boom. I want to say that group maintained what you might call rhythmic integrity for about 90 seconds tops. Then the star of our show, the bird colonel transferring out, hit the wrong end of a stray napkin on the floor. He took a tumble, and so did the first third of this elongated human snake behind him. And about the first third of that group tumbled to the floor to ignominious laughter. Now, I have to interrupt here for a minute. I had to be back and sign in with the duty officer at my post no later than 2 a.m. And to do that, I knew from bitter experience that I had to leave this room no later than 1 in the morning for the 7-minute walk to the nearest streetcar stop. I didn't have what we call a POV, privately owned vehicle, car. I didn't have one of those. And I had to catch the last streetcar in the world to take the 17-minute ride to the appropriate stop, where I had another 17-minute walk to get me to my post. But I couldn't just say, okay, everybody, party's over. I got to get out of here. I don't want to be AWOL. AWOL is AWOL, absent without leave. That's what would happen, after 2 o'clock. But that'd leave a bad taste in the mouth. So what I did was, and then I was astonished with what happened. And it was dead silent. Everybody just got their hats and coats and scurried off home. The room was empty by 10 minutes to 1. And I never saw the business end of AWOL. Postscript. I now have osteoarthritis in my shoulder. So for me to plug a cable into my phone causes pain. By way of compensation, when I think back on May 22nd, 1967, would you believe I have that same sense of Zen-like tranquility? When I think that not only was I tight with Beethoven, but together, he and I got a brigadier general and his entire command to dance to our tune, Madame Toastmaster.